and welcome to our podcast. I'm Risa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you want your podcasts, low on the mature themes and potty mouths, head on over to her very own Unlocked, where they talk to people about things and stuff, and they're back. What are they doing now?
They talked to the voice actress of Kyler from Haunting of Castle Malloy, and she talked about how to perfect an accent.
Interesting. All right.
Interesting choice.
Very interesting choice.
I feel. Yes. No shade. So, Ariana, what are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about not a Nancy Drew game.
We are not.
Yeah. We're talking about our thoughts on the new trailer for the Nancy Drew movie starring Sophia Willis as Nancy Drew.
Yeah? So it's The Hidden Staircase, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's coming out this year, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And
In
as
March.
a team, we are excited.
Yes.
We're just going to preface this by saying we are pretty excited about this movie. So we've watched it several times now, this trailer, and we're going to tell you guys how we feel about it. First, on how our thoughts on the trailer, and then we're just going to talk about our hopes for the movie and the direction they're going to take it.
Yeah.
And then talk about maybe some other stuff we're going to do with movies in the podcast in the future.
Yeah.
So, first, the trailer. It made me so hyped.
Right.
Like, I was watching it, and the longer I was watching it, the more I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yes. It had just the right feel to it. Like, I felt like a kid watching it. I was so excited. I was just like, okay, no, this is good. I don't know. It's got just the right feel for a Nancy Drew movie.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I really like. It has that proper amount of. They sprinkled in the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we already have an idea of what the mystery is, which is very important, and I feel like they haven't done in the past sometimes.
Yeah.
Nancy Drew adaptations. Like,
wait, what mystery is Emma Roberts solving again? I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Why is there a projection?
Yeah, the 2007 movie was a thing. Love it, but it was a thing. But I really loved the feel of the dynamic between Nancy and, like, her friends and stuff.
Nancy and everybody in it.
Nancy and everyone she interacted with in that trailer. It felt really fun and cool, and I just really enjoyed every interaction.
Yeah, it feels like what we got to see of the both the writing of the characters and then also the general vibing of the actors cast to play them was just it was on point. So I love this is obviously, I feel like it's a really good modernization that they're going for right now. Yes.
In the past we've had some interesting modernizations of Nancy Drew. I feel like the last time we've had a good modernization is actually Veronica Mars.
Yes.
And that wasn't a direct Nancy Drew, but it was basically Nancy Drew. And I feel like that's the last time we had a really good modernization of Nancy to me. So I feel like this is going in the right direction. Yeah. Especially since, again, I'm going to keep bringing up the 2007 one with what they did with, like, her look and everything like that. It was so, like, almost like a parody of itself.
It was very much a nod to, it was very much them. Okay, again, I enjoy it very much. It's very, it's so entertaining. It's so cute.
It is.
But it very much felt like the writers and the directors and everybody saying that there wasn't really a place for Nancy Drew in this world, so she had to be a fish out of water in order for us to have Nancy Drew. And that's not supposed to be the feel. That's not supposed to be the feel. The whole point of Nancy Drew was that she was supposed to be this inspiration for little girls to like that. No, this could be you. It's you can change the world. That was the whole thing about Nancy Drew.
Exactly, and I like that
shouldn't be a notion
modernized her correctly, because like in the original books and everything, Nancy is like, she's independent, right? And that's rebellious. In the 30s, she goes off and does things without men. She does things without her dad's permission. Sometimes, like, she does things without her dad's permission.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
she does things just on her own and with other women and stuff. So, like, she is independent and rebellious. Mm-hmm. That's not rebellious nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So, just doing stuff on your own as a woman in 2019 isn't, you know, wow, she's rebellious. So they have to take it in another direction to kind of preserve that rebellion. Mm-hmm. And in this case, they've gone for she's skateboarding and stuff like that. And I love that. I think that's cute.
Yeah, I think that's really cute.
I think it's adorable. And I think... Are they setting... Is it set in 2019? Or is it...
See, I don't
keep
know.
getting 90s vibes.
Thank you. I was getting ready to say, this is the Nancy Drew that we should have had in the 90s. With the skateboarding thing, and then she would have like weirdly listened to grunge, and like nobody would have like expected it from her, and it would have been like.
I mean, it's making me think of like the Case Files books.
Yes,
that's what it's making me think of more, because those were all really like dark. Also, those were kind of gritty.
Yeah, especially for Nancy Drew. Yeah.
So that's why I keep thinking they're like the Case Files, and those all came out in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of why. I keep thinking it feels 90s to me, and all the flannel and the ripped jeans and the skateboarding. Even the
wait,
the cars
we see
Mini
cell
Cooper.
phones. Sorry, I just remembered we do see cell phones.
Okay, so I guess all that fashion is back.
I was going to say it is making a resurgence. Have you stepped in Target lately? Because they are dressed they are dressed just like characters in every 90s TV show. Friends, I see there is one mannequin that is dressed exactly like season 2 Willow.
I know.
Buffy.
There is like yeah. Exactly. There's like the full like the Chanel sweaters again. Mm-hmm. I'm like 8-year-old me would have loved this. Right? 8-year-old me would just be I'm touching it I'm like
I'm just waiting for those sparkly bell bottoms to come back, like the ones that they're just dark jean and they're slight bell bottomy and they've got like sparkles in them. And I had them and Faith had them on Buffy, and you know I'm just waiting for that to come back.
Oh God, no! Please, can we?
But more to the point, the fashion style in the movie.
Exactly, and skateboarding is timeless.
Skateboarding is timeless. It's actually really cute. I see a lot of actually a resurgence in like teenage girls around, just skateboarding just to get around.
Longboard specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. But I love it. And I also just love, like, how the actress is. Like, how she's doing it. Everything she's doing is just so adorable. Mm-hmm. Everything she does is adorable.
Sophia Willis is so adorable. We're gonna keep saying adorable because she is. She's just
it's her little cheeks.
She's so like in those freckles, and I
want a babysitter.
But so she's a very talented actress. If anybody saw her in It, she was in what was it, Broken Pieces, an HBO miniseries. She played young Amy Adams.
I can see it.
Wait, right? Yes. Okay. No, but so she's done a lot of like dramatic stuff, and it started feeling like they were already starting to pigeonhole her. It's like, she's a kid. Come on, give her some. And so it was really fun to see her being light and comedic in this movie, because
she's got great comedic timing.
She does, and she's not afraid to use her face.
Yeah, especially you think I'm crazy. No,
a smidge.
That entire journey her face goes on is just adorable.
Oh, it's good. It's like she realizes that she can't lie, and she's just like, yeah.
I love it. Also, she just looks a bit like young Molly Ringwald.
She does. She looks a lot like a little young Molly Ringwald.
I love it.
Without the constant pout.
That's true.
Yeah.
But still, I'm like, oh. But yeah. I also like that they're adapting one of the books.
Yes.
Instead of it just being, yes, this is Nancy Drew. And then just...
You can tell because it's a mystery. And here, there's some faint kind of mystery that... Oh, God. Here's Barry Bostwick for some reason. I'm sorry. I'm gonna feel like I'm taking a shit on the 2007 movie. It's just gonna happen.
But, they're actually doing The Hidden Staircase, which, if it's different, that was the first Nancy Drew book I read, was The Hidden Staircase.
Yep, me too.
And then Password to Larkspur Lane was the one that was in my classroom in 3rd grade, I think. But I won't mind if they change it. Mm-hmm. But I'm just glad that they're basing it on one of the books.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel about it. Mostly because, especially those older books, to modernize it, you're gonna have to change a lot of it, for
definitely.
one thing. And for another thing, they've already gone through whole rewrites, because the original ones were racist as fuck.
Yeah.
The yellow books were super racist, the originals. And then they got rewritten in the 60s, and they were less racist, but
still not great for...
still not great.
Didn't age well.
No. Which is always really sad.
Yeah.
It's always like, I love these books, and Nancy Drew in general. Too bad about the racism.
Well, it's the same with any classic book.
Christie, too.
Yeah. It's the same with any classic books. You're
sucks.
It was it was the time, and it sucks that that's going to be a remnant for forever, but,
So,
that's why we take something that's good, and we move forward with it, and restructure it so that it isn't
and make
what
it
that
not
is.
racist.
So, yes, make it not racist. I'm talking about any and all problems, but specifically, make it not racist.
Exactly. So, definitely here for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, they're going to have to change it to modernize it. So, I know people are going to be really mad. You know it's going to happen. People are going to go in, they're like, well, this isn't how it happened in the books. And it's going to be like, yes, but unless we're going to base it in the 30s, it's not going to be how it was in the book.
No. Embrace it, move forward.
Yeah. Oh, kind of. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. But yes. Bess and George. Adorable.
Yes. I was getting ready to say, speaking of, updating things, them, having a non-white George is,
I know. That's nice. Not just having the 3 white main characters.
Yeah.
I am really glad that, because that's a problem when you're taking works from the past and continuing on with them.
Yeah. And
you're like, well, this is how it was originally, so as an excuse to not bring in representation.
It's like, yeah, but we're different now.
Exactly. So I'm really glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they're like, there's no reason George can't be black.
Yeah.
There's literally no reason.
Absolutely nothing.
I was confused the first time I watched the trailer.
Yes.
I have to admit, I thought that was Bess, and I thought the other one was George.
Yeah, well, they showed her, and I immediately thought, oh, this is George. Oh my gosh, I love it. And then they proceeded on in the trailer, and out of nowhere, Bess is doing science. And I was like,
I know.
Oh, okay. Which I guess technically George isn't science-y exactly in the books. She's athletic and a tomboy.
I know.
But it was startling to have
Bess be the sciencey one.
Yeah, Bess be sciencey. Bess be not
I'm glad they're giving her more depth.
Yeah,
because
I was gonna say,
she was always
good.
just the boy crazy, fashion conscious one. That's just who she was, and they always just made fun of her for being fat. That was that was Bess.
Yeah.
That was the character of Bess. I am disappointed they didn't cast a chubby Bess.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like that's one of my only, like, grievances with it, is that I really wish they had cast a chubby Bess, because that's something we don't see a lot of in a positive light.
Yeah.
And they could have done, because they could have just made it not about her person, you know, not even mentioned once.
Right?
Just, she happens to be chubby.
Yeah.
And have it never be mentioned in the entire movie. That would have been really nice.
Right?
Which is something that the games do, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
That Bess is just
chubby.
Is.
She just is.
She
loves her ice cream, and she is boy crazy, and
the boys love her.
And I was gonna say, and she's like all flirtable. She's always on.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and it's never mentioned, and it's never played for laughs.
Mm-mm.
It's just there, and so that's kind of what I was hoping would happen.
Yeah.
But then it didn't.
Then they're like, we're going a different way with Bess. Like, okay.
And I'm like, I mean, I like the sciencey thing.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I was just caught off guard by it. Because I'm used to it not being like
yeah.
I'm used to Bess being kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I did
it does look like she's going to be
making fun of her.
Yeah, exactly. It does look like she's going to be a little more gullible and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, she's smart, but I mean, she's still Bess.
Yeah.
So she's still,
you know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I liked it.
So, what? You mean don't drop it? What?
What? No.
Oh. That I feel so like that was me as a teenager.
I made my boyfriend watch it, and he was like, she's gonna end up accidentally dropping it at some point, right? I was like, I mean, probably.
But yeah. Also, I like how all of the actors look age appropriate.
Yes. I'm enjoying that becoming a thing lately, like with Spider-Man and that sort of stuff. It's like, oh, let's actually make them look like children instead of
not
30-year-olds. Yeah.
I mean, that is also something that the 2007 movie did.
Yes,
they actually cast
true.
a 15-year-old Emma Roberts, which was nice.
Yeah.
she was too young.
She wasn't supposed to be
drive. Yeah. But in this, they at least all look young enough.
They do.
So that's good.
I just realized we never see a Ned in this, so
we don't.
I think they might be removing him from this story.
That would be good.
Yeah. I'm okay with that, given that it's supposed to be like not about romance, so it's like don't have Ned in there. Let's not just throw him in just because he's there. Let's write
we
don't
a story. Have to just include the boyfriend always.
Yeah,
I don't because he's not in the most of the beginning Yellow books.
That's true.
He didn't show up for a while.
Yeah,
so
he wasn't Frank in the original story.
Yeah, if he wasn't in the original story, why would you add him in now? I'm glad that they aren't if he's not there.
Yeah.
You know. Whereas on the other hand, I was getting major lesbian Nancy vibes.
Yes.
Which I feel like most people, it's not a perk for them, but, you know.
Yeah. Definitely the blonde chick who is, the mean girl, quote unquote, who appears to just be like slightly snarky as far as the trailer has displayed. So I guess we're supposed to end up liking her, but she's supposed to be like a bitch. But like, major Deirdre vibes from her. So that was
blonde Deirdre.
And you know how I feel about Nancy and Deirdre.
It's true. So I don't know. I think it was really nice to see that everyone in the trailer had pretty good chemistry just in general.
Yes. That's what I said earlier.
No one seemed really like stiff together, which was nice.
Yeah.
But especially the Nancy and the blonde girl.
Even that obligatory interaction with that one lady where she's like, "Oh, you're so much like your parents. I wish I was as brave as you." That whole thing.
Yeah, that was
even that was, while a little stilted of the lines a little, you know, but it's the obligatory thing that has to be thrown in. She has to be told
it's
she's like
be
her mom.
In. Yeah, remember? Her mom is dead.
Hey, everybody remember that her mom died.
What happened to your mother, Nancy? I just have to pepper that in so everyone remembers.
So I am curious as to why she is wearing the reflective vest when they sit down to talk about Twin Elms or whatever initially. I'm like, is she like crossing guard? What's happening? What's going on here?
No idea.
Did she get community service for some reason? Is that why they had to move to a new town? They had to move to a new town because she burned down the city hall in their last town. And so,
well, obviously,
Carson, being a good lawyer, got her off with just some time served and community service.
It's only a felony if you're over 18.
That is what she said.
That is what she said. It is what she said.
Yeah, that was another thing though, that Carson is being played by Sam from True Blood, which again I know means nothing to you, but to other people it might mean something. So
yeah, I don't know. So what do you want out of this movie? What is something that you would really like to see?
I mean, I'd like to see them not fuck it up.
I mean, yeah.
They've got a good setup. So
far, so good.
Yeah, we've got some good little bits that we've seen. So, you know, hopefully the rest of it's that like hopefully, because you know how we got this like fun attitude from the trailer, but then you know how sometimes there are those movies where you get that fun attitude from the trailer, and then you go in and it's weird and depressing and like Click. Yeah,
Click was so weird.
Click was a weird fucking movie. I did not get what I came in for.
No. Absolutely not. Yeah, I agree. As long as it keeps that tone, that general tone, I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that I hope that it stays mystery-centric.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope that it stays centered on the mystery and Nancy, and not, like, on weird, like...
trouble at school.
I feel like a lot of times Nancy Drew things will end up being, like, focus oddly on, like, her and Ned, or will focus on her and her relationship with Carson.
Mm-hmm. I was getting ready to say,
it's like,
do you get the feeling that Carson is supposed to be dating that blonde lady that, or like flirting with that blonde lady, and so she's kind of, we're supposed to be warming up to her because she's gonna start dating Carson?
Ugh. I don't know. I thought maybe the first time I watched it, I was like, is this supposed to be Hannah?
Holy shit,
like,
did they just go young with Hannah?
I was like, is Hannah, like, super young now?
Wait, hold on. Actually, I think I saw Hannah in the... Okay, keep talking. I'm gonna look up.
I have no idea.
Because I think I saw Hannah in the credits.
That would be really weird. But, to be fair, like, Hollywood has been making, like, these like, parent figures younger and younger and younger. Like, think about how young Aunt May is now. Think about Aunt May in the Tobey Maguire movies, and then Aunt May in the Tom Holland ones. And it's like, my Aunt May, you've certainly gotten younger.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That is Hannah.
It is?
I think that's Hannah. Hold on. I'm clicking on her to make sure, but it's a blonde. Yep, that is Hannah.
That's Hannah?
We have a 45-year-old Hannah. What is this? I can't do math right now.
Hannah's supposed to be like in her 60s, and then 70s, and then 80s. Hannah continued to age.
Instead of basically raising Carson, she grew up with Carson. Is that what I'm getting here? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what that seems like. Maybe she was, like, Kate's best friend or something.
That might make sense. Oh, she was in Stepford Wives.
Yeah. I knew she looked familiar.
She was also on Joey.
Amazing. But yeah. Man, I can't believe I was right. I was really hoping I wasn't.
I hadn't even thought about it, and then I realized, wait, I did see the name Hannah in the IMDb credits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Hannah got a lot younger. She just got some really good plastic surgery.
She's got a really good plastic surgeon.
You know? Good for her. And also, did they move to River Heights from, like, somewhere else? Is that what I'm getting? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it says she moved to a new town. She's a misfit there.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
It's better than her moving to LA to live in a mansion that used to be a haunted house. To discover the fate of a movie star.
I don't know. There's...
For some reason.
We'll talk about... You know what? We'll talk about the 2007 movie.
We will.
Because we're planning on, in the future... the near-ish future, we're going to start watching the Nancy Drew movies, including, like, the ones from the 30s, and doing podcast episodes on them.
Yeah.
Because, well, for one thing, we enjoy them.
Yeah. All about those movies, all about that Nancy Drew. So...
And we're going to start with the 2007 Nancy Drew movie.
Are we going to work our way backwards?
Maybe not. Maybe just starting with that one because it's the easiest to obtain.
Yes, it is. It's on some streaming, I'm pretty sure.
It's on something.
Like
I can't
Prime
remember
or something.
Yeah, it's one of those things. One of those things that we have access to. So if you guys want to also watch these things and basically do like a book club with movies,
we're gonna let you guys know what we're gonna when we're gonna watch it, and so you can
let you guys know.
Yeah,
so you can watch it ahead of time and then listen to the episode with us. Listen to the episode.
Listen to us shit on the movies because that's all we're gonna do. No, we're not.
Maybe.
We like to shit on things we like, in all fairness.
It's true. It's how we show we love them.
It is. Just ask the people in our lives.
Aww.
Yeah, you know what? Can we finish up with, very quickly, going back to the games, and touching on the very, very, very little that we got about, Shattered Medallion, Midnight in Salem. I went back a few years.
We got that tiny bit of info, which was a picture of the Hardy Boys.
A picture of the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, we got a picture of the Hardy Boys. Some concept art. We now know that they are going to be in the game, not just phone friends.
Yeah, so that's going to be exciting.
Midnight in Salem will have the Hardy Boys in it.
They are the first male characters that we have seen.
It's true.
Remember how we were speculating that it might just be an all-female cast based on what they'd shown us, so...
Yeah, and there has been they have not said that they aren't putting it out spring 2019, which was what they said in 2017 was going to be the projected date, spring 2019.
Well, and the fact that they're releasing art because they don't want to release stuff, that leads me to believe that we're closer.
Yeah.
So,
it's... They haven't not said.
They haven't said they're not doing it.
So...
Scheduled until proven not scheduled.
Exactly. Spring of 2019 lasts until June. So they have until June.
They've got some time.
They have time. So...
We can have three MCU movies come out in that time.
Oh my god. It's true.
3!
So that's our thoughts on the trailer for the new Nancy Drew movie, as well as the tiny tidbit of information we got about Midnight in Salem.
All right.
Let us know your thoughts on the trailer on our social media, our Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and our fancy website, krolmeistersisters.knifefightclub.com.
Ooh, nothing fancier than a knife fight club.
Very true.
You can also let us know by reviewing us on iTunes, Google Podcast, and Spotify. I think you can review on Spotify, right? I really don't do anything on Spotify anymore.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure iTunes is the only place you can actually review us.
Well, whatever, man. But you can listen to us on those other things, and that's really what I was trying to say. I just was trying to tie it in.
Yeah. Yeah. You can also subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to our cute little wine glass emote during our streams. Or you can support us on Patreon to get access to stream cat pictures once a week, or access to our podcast night VODs, or the best reward.
The best prize.
The best reward of becoming a sim in my Sims neighborhood, where I would make you on stream. So give me whatever reference picture you want for that. Which could just be a drawing.
Give you a stick figure. Add me to your stream.
Love it. So, as a reminder, I'm Risa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. And we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.